Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles, Workbook for Students, Lesson 225.
God is my Father, and His Son loves Him. Father, I must return your love for me, for giving and receiving are the same, and you have given all your love to me. I must return it, for I want it mine, in full awareness, blazing in my mind, and keeping it within a kindly light, inviolate, beloved, with fear behind, and only peace ahead. How still the way your Son is led along to you.
And then footnote 18.
Blazing in my mind and keeping it, parentheses my mind, within its, parentheses God's love, kindly light. In other words, I must return God's love because I want it fully in my awareness. Blazing in my mind and keeping my mind within His love's kindly light.
Hold on, I'm fixing it. There we go.
Keeping my mind so inviolate and beloved that all fear is behind me and only peace ahead of me. Brother, we find that stillness now, the way is open. Now we follow it in peace together. You have reached your hand to me, and I will never leave you. We are one, and it is but oneness that we seek as we accomplish these few final steps, which end a journey that was not begun.
This is the commentary by Robert Perry and Alan Watson, Lesson 225 for August 13th. God is my Father, and His Son loves Him. So the practice instructions by Robert Perry. Here are some suggestions for praying this lesson's lovely prayer. Blazing in my mind. Just imagine God's love for you blazing in your mind. And keeping it, my mind, within its, God's love, kindly light. Imagine your mind kept, held, and embraced within the kindly light of God's love. Inviolate. Held in this kindly light, your mind would be totally inviolate, free from violation, injury, and desecration, its sanctity untouched. I'm sorry, Greta's over here breathing on me. Hush. Beloved, is there a better feeling in the world than to feel totally and truly beloved? With fear behind. Imagine feeling so loved that you felt like literally all fear was behind you and only peace ahead. Imagine feeling so loved that all you could see ahead of you was peace. How still the way your loving Son is led along to you. This final sentence speaks of how we will journey home when we love God, when we are His loving Son, and so receive His love for us. We will be led home in stillness, with all fear behind us and only peace ahead. Try to imagine this, journeying through life with your heart full of love for God and your mind shining with His love for you, walking toward Him in pure stillness and peace. This is the end result of loving God, a life at peace, because it is infused with the full awareness of His love for you. Commentary. This is by Alan Watson. Love is reciprocal. We receive God's love for us by returning it to Him. There is no other way to receive it, for giving and receiving are the same. This exact phrase occurs 6 times in the Course, and there are many others very much like it. We think that we understand what it means, but the Course assures us that no concept it teaches is more difficult for us to truly learn. The way to know God's love blazing in our minds is to return it to Him. If in our times of quiet yesterday we focused on feeling His love of us, let us today focus on our awareness of our love for Him. Donna Carey has a beautiful song I was listening to on tape just the other day, which says, "I'll be forever in love with you." I wish I could send you all this song. It expresses so beautifully what I feel this lesson is saying. I'll dance in the light of your love, forever in love with you. What would it be like to have the love of God, mine in full awareness, blazing in my mind and keeping it within its kindly light? Is this not what, in our heart of hearts, we all want? Let us cultivate this sense of love in our hearts today. Let simply this be our focus, nothing complex, nothing even conceptual, just letting our hearts sing with the love for God, basking in His love for us. As the Song of Solomon in the Old Testament put it, "I am my beloved's and he is mine." To know God as the beloved is one of the highest of spiritual expressions. Have you ever sat in stillness with one you deeply love, simply gazing into his or her eyes without words? That stillness of love is what this lesson is leading us to. A silent communion of love given and received, acknowledged and returned, flowing in an endless current that energizes and transforms our minds and hearts. And we will go ahead and move into meditation right now. If you will please close your eyes and I'll read the meditation to you. God is my Father and His Son loves Him. Father, I must return your love for me, for giving and receiving are the same, and you have given all your love to me. I must return it, for I want it mine in full awareness, blazing in my mind and keeping it within its kindly light, inviolate, beloved, with fear behind and only peace ahead. How still the way your loving Son is led along to you. Thank you, God. God is my Father, and His Son loves Him. Thank you for joining with me in the meditation. This is What is Forgiveness? We are in paragraph 3, sentence 1 and 2. An unforgiving thought does many things. In frantic action, it pursues its goal, twisting and overturning what it sees as interfering with its chosen path. What is forgiveness? This is by Alan Watson. In contrast to the stillness today's lesson speaks of, an unforgiving thought is frantically active. It has to be. It must be frantic because it flies in the face of truth and attempts to make real an illusion. Frenetic activity is often the sign of unrecognized forgiveness. Things that seem to oppose what we want to be the truth keep popping up, like gophers in the silly kids' game of Bang the Gopher, and we have to keep bashing them down to maintain our version of reality. Stilling our mind and becoming quiet in and of itself is often enough to begin dissolving our unforgiveness. Unforgiveness cannot exist in quiet, even for the Red Sox. You cannot be peaceful and unforgiving at the same time. Peace to my mind, let all my thoughts be still. One thing that can foster this peace and stillness is focusing on the very exchange of love that is the center of today's lesson. The power of our affection for God and His for us can quell the stormy thoughts and bring, even if only briefly, a moment of quiet peace in which unforgiveness simply dissipates. Right, honey?
Right, honey.
I love you. I love you. Thank you for joining with us today on lesson 225. God is my Father and His Son loves Him. Please remember to read the What is Forgiveness section in full at some time today. And try to meditate twice a day and follow the practice instructions, which are listed in the introductory. Or you can pause the video and read these ones here. Thank you so much. I love you.